Hello, hello, hello. Here we are again. I didn't forget about it. But I'm gonna share this with you first. Wait. No. Yes. This is the beauty of this life. And today, I just recently, 1 minute ago, decided that I want to talk about soul contracts. This is something deep, something that I probably haven't talked about before, but it's so crucial because yes, we are experiencing everything through the contact with other people. So relationships are everything. All the lessons, everything we need to gain, everything we need to experience will come through us, to us through other people. So who we are interacting with, the people that we attract in our lives is the most crucial and the most significant thing in our life. And understanding how the relationships are actually built, or why are we attracting each other in our lives, it's a very crucial and very important theme that has a lot to do with what your soul came here to experience. Even though this might sound a little bit weird, but your soul already knows where you're heading, or it knows what are you aiming to experience. Therefore, you are attracting people in your life that are coming to you in order to give you this experience, or in order to help you grow to the person of who you are. I believe that life is about creating who you are. We are building ourselves. We are building, and we are every day deciding who we are. What do we choose to believe in? What do we choose that we want to have in our lives? And this is something that is basically, no matter what you're doing in your life, no matter where you're going, every single day you are getting some knowledge or some understanding of what do you want and what do you don't want. And this comes especially when it comes to relationships. Every single day, with interacting with a lot of people, you exactly know which behavior, like which way of hanging out with people, what do you prefer and what do you like and what you don't like. And when it comes to soul contracts, the thing is that if we want to learn something, if we have a desire to be a certain person, or if we want to attract something in our life, we have to be a vibrational match of this thing. What this means is that you have to grow yourself to the level of where this thing exists. So, for example, if you have a desire to do something in your life, or to have a significant or like any kind of life, you have to grow yourself there. And this way you are actually obligating other people, you're obligating other souls on this planet to behave a certain way so you can gain into the person that you want to be. What this means, like if I translate this in actually like a real life, or actually translating it in a live, in something that you can understand, even though you were not talking or you were not listening to those stuff before. When you meet someone, you meet them for a reason. Like no one comes to your life without your soul desiring for him or her to come. This is like number one rule when it comes to soul contracts, or when it comes to any kind of interaction with people out there. So you have to be aware that even though you attract a person that is angry on you, or a person that is basically doing something that is against your will, you attract it because you want to gain something from this experience. So you basically obligate this soul or this person to behave a certain way, you obligate them to be a certain way, or you obligate them to make you angry. Why? Because you want to learn something from it. And once you start realizing that every single thing, every single person that you have in your life, it's because you desire them to come, you start looking at things a bit differently. Whenever there is another person that shows up and they do something to you, or they behave, or they are doing something that you don't really like, don't try to ask yourself, why are they doing this to me? Or don't try to ask, why are they the way they are? But ask yourself, why did you want this to happen? Why did you attract those person or those people in your life? Because the real deal here is that with this experience, you will learn something, you will gain something from it. But the problem here is, if you don't gain the lesson, if you don't gain whatever you have to gain from certain people or from certain experience, the pattern will keep on repeating. So there comes a person that is angry on you, and you are just like, oh, they are so bad, they are like, you start arguing how they're behaving, and you don't ask yourself, why do you attract those people? You don't ask yourself, why are they why do you want them to behave this way? What is the lesson behind it? And you just skip it, you just go on with your life, and what happens next is that sooner or later you will attract different situation, different person, acting the same way, or at least they will cause you to feel the same emotions, the same feelings within you. And this is what happened with a lot of people, I mean with all of us in relationships, especially like in romantic relationships. We always attract what we need to learn. We always attract something that is usually pretty much the same until we learn the lesson. Therefore, you can hear so many people saying all the girls are the same, all the guys are the same. Why? Because they keep on attracting the same patterns in people. They keep on attracting the same situation with different people in order to gain some experience, or in order to gain some lessons. If you don't get the lesson, it will keep on repeating. Therefore, you have this soul contracts with people behaving a certain way. And this is something, I mean, it can go even deeper. It can go deeper to the degree that you say that some souls came to this planet that it was meant for you to meet and to do certain things together, to gain something from this experience. And I 100% believe that this is true, that every single person, every single soul that you are attracting in your life is there for you to teach you something. I remember once, it was like probably around 2 years ago, I had a feeling that I want to write down a list of all the people that made a significant impact in my life. I just wanted to write down every single person that made me different after we hang out, or after we were just talking or just meeting. And I started creating a list of those people. And sooner or later, I realized that every single person I ever interact with gave me something. Every single person that ever crossed my path showed me some new stuff, showed me something incredible. And even though you may not see it, like specifically when it comes to interacting on small levels, on just like saying hi to each other, but in the end, if you look back, or if you just look at today, the day you had today, definitely whoever you interact with, they gave you a bit of their energy. They gave you a little bit of their energy. I cannot find another word for it. And because of what you gain from this experience, because of what you gain with the interaction you had, you become a person you are today. You become a person that you are at this particular time. And if you look back, if one single thing would change, you would be at a totally different life right now. And I don't know if you have read the last book from Harry Potter. What is it called? The Cursed Child. This is a book where I actually realized this parallel realities, like how things are different if you change one single small tiny little bit of a thing that happened a year ago or like 2 years ago or whatever. You know, they always say, like, they make this example with a ship. So if a ship goes on a journey from, let's say, from Europe to America, and if it turns like a little bit on the left, the ship will arrive at totally different destination in America than if it's like, and it can be like a slightly 1 millimeter off. But this 1 millimeter will count so much when the time goes by. So therefore, every single person you ever met, every single person that you ever come across, whether they give you a smile or they look at you like in an angry way, it's a difference. It's a huge difference. Because every single thing that happened to your life, it starts creating some kind of thoughts. So when a person gives you a smile, you start thinking differently than if a person gives you like this angry look. You will immediately go into different way of thinking. And because you're in a different way of thinking, you are attracting different situations afterwards. You're attracting different people afterwards. So the funny thing is that this is what we don't want to realize, but we are actually here in this time-space reality for the sake of becoming who we truly are, building us to the degree that we want to be, and we are experiencing those things through relationships, through interacting with each other, through going on a journey together. And what is often hard is that when some person or some people gave us a significant impact in our life, it's hard to let go. It's hard to just release this person from your life. But the funny thing is that as soon as a person gave you the lesson, as soon as a person gave you what they came here to give you, you have to let go. You have to just release the bone that you have and let go. And this is something that I want to talk about more in maybe next video, about catching and releasing, because this is the deepest things about you becoming a person that you are meant to be. It's about you catching the situation and letting it go when it doesn't vibe with you anymore. It's you catching a person, so you meet a person and there is a vibe between you, or you just feel pulled towards them, and you catch the situation, you catch the person, you catch the momentum, whatever, and you keep on holding to them, or you're just interacting with them or hanging out with them or being with them as long as it feels good. If it's not feeling good, it's off. This is a rule. If it's not feeling good, it's because it's not good. And when the pain or the the interaction, the hanging out is not pleasant anymore, it's time to let go. And it's time to release. And this is the soul contract that I'm talking about. You have souls coming into your life. You have people coming into your life for a certain reason, to give you certain experiences, to give you certain lessons, to give you certain, I don't know, pleasant moments. But when it's not pleasant anymore, when it's off, it's because it's not right anymore. It's time for you to let go. And this is the hardest part that we have as a human beings to actually experience here. But this is how you grow the most. This is how you allow yourself to become a person that you're able to be, with catching a situation, catching an opportunity, catching the person, catching the relationships, and letting them go when they're off. Yeah, this is the hardest thing that we have to do here, but the most profound and the fastest way to grow, the fastest way to become who you are, and the fastest way to be truly happy. Because if we are holding on to the relationship that is not good for us, I'm sorry, but there is no way you will be happy. There is no way that you will feel this joy within you if you're holding on into something that is not right for you. And even though it might sound hard, or it might sound like not really pleasant to do, it's liberating as soon as you do it. It's liberating as soon as you go away from it. And once you realize that every single person in your life is there to teach you something, and every single person in your life is there to play some rules, and you know that in the end it's not about holding on to people, and it's not about like holding on to experiences or to situations or jobs or spaces or apartments or cars or whatever. It's about catching and releasing. You catch a situation until it feels good. You release it as soon as it doesn't. And that's it. That's how simple it should be. Even though it is simple, it's not easy. And it's just like whenever you have an experience that feels good, catch it. And this is also a very hard thing to do, because what often feels good, I know who is watching, that's why I'm gonna say this. What often feels good is if you want to move somewhere and you know that this would be so pleasant for you, but you're just afraid to do the step. You're just afraid to go there because you don't know what is coming there or whether things will be provided as soon as you move. But if it feels good for you to move somewhere, please move, because it feels good for a reason. And I encourage every one of you to catch the moments, catch people, catch situations where you feel this excitement for. Even though there is fear popping up, fear will always be there. I have fear. I'm moving to Canada in 2 months. And yes, I'm gonna be afraid before I'm going. Currently I'm still okay, but probably at least 1 day or 2 days before I'm gonna start panicking. But I'm excited to go, and it feels right. That's why I'm going. So all of you that are wanting to go somewhere, please go, because I feel like you should go. This is a personal message to someone listening right now. So yeah, soul contracts, yeah, so crucial to understand them, because they're there to teach us something. And if you look at every single relationship and every single situations like this, you can be so grateful for every single human being crossing your path. And I'm super grateful for all the people, all the small interaction I had with people, because they made me who I am. And I know I would never come to this stage, I would never come to my inner happiness and to the joy that I'm currently experiencing without having those people by my side. Every single person was there for a reason. And I'm so grateful for all the soul contracts we had and we are still having, and for the life that we built, because yeah, it's just getting more and more beautiful, just as the sunset. Yay, love it. Okay guys, this is all for today because I have a session in 5 minutes and I have to go home. So thank you for joining in, and see you again Monday. See you again Monday. Take care. Bye bye.